Two. Welcome to the KindaSleepyPodcast. I'm your host, Knowledge. I got two special guest co-hosts here with me. One of whom has been on the show before, but let me get into our new special guest co-host first. Tell the people who you are.
Hey, how y'all doing today? My name is Tweezy, the barber.
Tweezy the barber.
Yes.
Where you from, Tweezy?
Originally from Wilmington, North Carolina.
From Wilmington, the beach?
By way of Brooklyn, New York.
So you dead ass, huh?
Boogie down.
You dead ass out here, huh?
Dead ass.
You got Tim's on?
All day.
Yo, I can't believe that. Yo, he really got on. He really got on Tim's though.
We do Tim's, baby. We do Tim's, son.
He dead ass out here. And so tell him where you cut at, man. Because last week we did our show on the importance of black beauty professionals and what the barbershop means to the community. So tell them where you cutting heads at, man.
Well, we're cutting heads at exclusive cuts on Eastway and the Plaza.
Okay,
right
Eastway and the Plaza.
Bojangles over there by Roses.
But by Roses.
Yeah.
Okay.
City
bet.
Trend. Save a lot.
Got you. So
one of the best barbershops in town.
So if you're in the Charlotte area, make sure you come by and check out my man Tweezy. And then we got for the second time, my brother Money Marv in the building.
Hey,
what's up?
Hey, so reporting to you live all the way. He
letting y'all hear the Alpha Train coming through.
Hey, it's coming. Utah, Spring 06, Ace, just 5 generals of the Cold War. Just in my heart, big brother.
Hey, we're not doing that right now.
All right, my bad.
you kind of doing the most right now.
I was.
Happy Founders Day.
Hey, it seemed like I was a Neo for
yeah, I was. Hey, you back online?
I do feel like I need to say one thing.
What's that?
This podcast is brought to you by Pick a Fella, Stick a Fella.
This, what I'm in the words of the lovely one, I'm gonna say I'm not participating. Nope, not participating.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? Anyway, we got a full show for you today, and our 15 minutes of funk today is gonna be about black businesses and how can we recreate Black Wall Street. Before we get into that, we're gonna jump into some sad, disturbing, messed up, disgusting news coming out of Mesa, Arizona. I don't know if you guys saw the video, but the Daniel Shaver was a guy who was working in Mesa, Arizona as a pest control person. He had his pellet gun that looked like an AR-15.
Yeah.
And he was hanging out with some friends, and he had his AR-15 in his window. And I don't know if it got stuck outside of the window or whether it was still in the window, but he was trying to show them how far the scope went. And so there was this couple that was in a hot tub at the hotel he was staying at, and they called the police. Well, the police showed up, and it was 3 officers, and they all had their AR-15s, their real AR-15s, and they ordered them out, and they were telling them to, crawl out of the door and lay down and cross your ankles and do all this kind of stuff. And he has on basketball shorts, and when his basketball shorts are falling down, they're about to expose his bare ass, and he's about to reach back and pull up his shorts, and he gets hit with 5 rounds from an AR-15 from a police officer. Now, only one of the police officers fired. The other 2 were like, well, I mean, he was crying. He was begging for his life. I didn't think he was a threat. But this one particular officer decided that he was a threat and said, well, I'm going to neutralize this threat by hitting him 5 times.
Well, you at the end of the day, when it comes to police officers or whatever, a lot of them are really scared. Like, to be honest with you, the law enforcement, they've never been in certain situations.
Now, given this context, you're a veteran.
Yeah.
You've been overseas. Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
And so here's the thing. Here's what I don't understand. And I don't know if you guys, I know you know, but Marvin, I don't know if you understand the concept of rules of engagement as they are in combat. When we're in combat, we can't fire at somebody unless we're sure there's a weapon, because every round we fire, we have to take account for.
Every single round
we fire, we have to take account for. And so the thing is, why aren't we holding our why is it that we can expect a 17, 18, 19-year-old kid to go over there and account for every round, and we can't expect these grown-ass men in America to do the same thing?
Well, to kind of talk about what some of my colleagues just mentioned, they're not built for this. Some people look at it in the sense of, all right, well, I can be a cop, get a good check, guaranteed pension, things of that nature. But at the same time, are you ready to go to war?
Exactly.
Can you look another man in his face? Like, so I give a great example. You got somebody crawling out. You're crawling out. You're begging for your life. You're crying.
Right.
I have an AR-15. I have a taser. I have pepper spray. There's so many ways I can neutralize this threat. But I'm going to use my AR-15? Really?
In their defense,
Go ahead.
just to
Now they
you know
did
what I'm
think it
saying?
was an AR-15 up there.
So like you
Right.
have to. And
But-
that's,
but-
that's-
no, made it equal force.
Just hear me out. Hear me out. How can I maintain carrying an AR-15 crawling on the ground?
Well,
That's
no
a point.
No, bro. This
In
is
my,
point.
in
That's a-
my
that's a good
basketball
point.
shorts.
That's a good
with
point.
a white T-shirt that was not baggy.
That's a good point.
That was form-fitting. So again, I can understand the idea of someone thinking, well, maybe he has a handgun and this, that, and the other. But to literally,
I mean, this dude was in some hooping shorts and a tee,
begging,
crawling and begging for his life.
begging for his life.
No,
And
you're so right, but I play devil's advocate all the time.
Yeah, you
know what I'm
do,
saying?
bastard.
I call myself the Black Trump.
The black, you the black Trump.
I call myself
Please don't be the black Trump.
I call myself the reason why I say
Don't-
that
don't
is
be the
because
black orange
the reason,
Cheeto.
The reason why
Don't-
I say
don't do
that
that.
is because for every argument you got, I give this argument right here. Like you just said, I understand that. Like these are cops. Like you said, they're not trained. They're not trained for any. But they're trained,
Well,
but they're not ready.
Speaking
They're not
of training,
ready.
you mentioned
They're not
let me
ready.
touch on training right quick.
They're not ready.
He said in the trial that he was not trained, pretty much, to take into account people's emotional state and what they were saying.
Well, actually, to be honest with you, in the law enforcement, they don't train that. They train for you see, you react. You see, you react. You see somebody.
So-
That's why number one is always like, for instance, number one, when a cop pulls you over, I always use this in the barbershop. When a cop pulls you over, the first thing comes out of their mouth is, "How you doing today? Can I see your license and registration?" When they say that, whatever you say next sets the tone to whatever goes on the rest of that daggone thing. Why you pull me over? Da 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 da. Whoa, now you're aggressive. Now they got to be a little more standoffish. You see what I'm saying?
no, I get where you're coming
Yeah.
from, but here's
in this
here's-
scenario,
I
this
mean, I
scenario-
understand, but you got once a guy got to take in consideration his pants falling down. Who cares about your pants falling down right now, bro? They got guns on you.
okay, and I got what you're saying.
That's how I look at
But
that.
the thing is, you got three
So,
guys. Okay,
hold on, wait,
okay.
wait. So here's the idea. My pants are falling down. What is the race of this man that was murdered?
He was Hispanic, I believe. He was a white Hispanic man.
A white Hispanic man. So culturally, I've been trained. I don't make any move in front of a cop. I have seen systematic killings of African American men by reaching for anything. I don't make a move.
Exactly.
But again, that has been instilled in me
In
from
black
birth.
people, exactly.
This man literally, you really think it crossed his mind that my behind is about to be out?
you right.
So
I
let
believe
me pull up my pants. That's exactly what he's thinking.
Well, let's
You're
touch
right.
on this though. Let's touch on this. So, to a certain extent, I mean, even at the very base level in basic training, you're taught MOUT, modern operational urban terrain, military operational urban terrain,
You're right.
which teaches room clearing, going from building to building, stuff like that. So you got this guy crawled into a hallway. Now, if you got three guys and you're clearing a hallway, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you got three guys clearing a hallway, and this one guy is crawling out in tears and begging for his life with his hands up, could you not have assaulted down the hallway, got this guy, handcuffed him, zip tied him, whatever you was gonna do, and then cleared that room?
You could have. Not two of the three was on that same mind frame.
Now, two of the three,
But at the same time,
shoot.
you have the one that
Now-
shot him. I guarantee the one that shot him, he has not been put in that situation where he think a
He-
guy has a
Let me
gun.
take one
no,
step
he-
forward.
he
Let me
was
take
the-
one more step. Let me take
Yeah,
one.
go ahead.
Let me go one more. Let's take one step forward. So let's look at if you saw the picture of the guy that shot Daniel Shaver. You know, when they show our mug shot or they show pictures of us when we're the victim, we always get the pictures and people always say, "Oh, look at him with all his tattoos. You know he's a thug." Or they show us and say, "Look at that facial expression. You know he's a gangster or a thug. He doesn't even care." But then you see this picture of this police officer, and I noticed that a lot of the media places were only giving him that tight headshot, right? But then when you see the full picture, this kid has full sleeves, tattoos,
Yeah.
probably skulls and all kind of stuff on it.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, why is it that the police can look like gangsters and be treated like heroes, and be pretty much above the law in some cases.
They are the law, and that's the problem. It's not. I'm not against police officers in any shape, form, or fashion.
We're not against rap. We're not against rappers.
Let me make
but
sure
we are against those thugs.
So let me make sure, because when I run for Senate, I need this to be played.
Gotcha.
I am not against police officers. Right. However, I am against any mark, any punk, if you will,
gotcha,
that is afraid to police the streets that they have been sworn to protect. I have an issue with a man afraid to face another man. And maybe it's the idea of the upbringing that I've been, but I know what it feels like to get punched in the face. I know how it feels to punch someone in the face. If you
can't throw hands, you shouldn't be a cop.
That's the issue. You mean to tell me you're afraid of a man when you got an AR-15 and he's crying in your face? You mean to tell me your training, you don't feel equipped, you don't have a utility belt like you Batman? It's so many things that you could have done. And the issue that I have is that it's so many opportunities for them to use discretion. And that is an issue, because discretion cannot be regulated, because it's about how you feel.
Right.
You felt afraid, so it was okay to take a man's life. I can't feel horny and want to take something from a woman.
We're going to get to that later.
No.
We're going to definitely get to them feelings later.
And the whole reason...
No, I get what you're saying.
The whole reason why I'm using that analogy is because, again, it's not okay. It is never okay to use your discretion on whether or not a man should live or die.
Right. Unless your life is being threatened.
It's a difference when I give a great
There's a difference between self-defense and choosing somebody's mortality.
But you know that that incident happened before with a guy that pulled the guy over. The white cop pulled the black guy over, and the guy got in the car. He said, "Yo, give me your where's your ID at?" So the guy went to reach for his ID and he shot him 7 times. Now we're gonna touch on that for just a second.
7 times. Now that happened in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Yeah, that happened in Minnesota.
Happened in St. Paul, Minnesota. Shout out to my boy Bob Brown. He's from Minnesota. He's huge, football fan, huge Vikings fan. But also in St. Paul, Minnesota, this goes to where I think it might be systematic in training. There was an incident where this woman was just happily taking her trash to the dumpster, and a police dog, popped out of nowhere and bit her and clamped down on her arm and would not let go despite all of these claims. The video is on our webpage, on our Facebook page, excuse me. And,
dogs.
Here's the thing. A whole region, that whole region needs retraining. Because if you can shoot a man 7 times for reaching for his wallet after you told him to reach for his wallet, and then you got a rogue canine out here biting people outside of dumpsters, I mean, something's really going on wrong in the St. Paul, Minnesota area.
But you gotta realize canines don't really bite unless
directed to.
Now, as a police dog, police dogs don't react until they are given a command to react, and then they can disengage when they're given another command to disengage.
And he was the dog was see.
But
you saw the video.
You saw the video. You didn't see not one cop try to restrain a dog to get the dog off of her. You see what I'm saying? Like,
they was like, this nigga done clamped down. Nah, I ain't.
They was like, look, yo, do what you do.
Hey man, somebody need to come get Blackie, man. Hit him on the nose or something. Like, wasn't nobody even trying to really stop it. And she was terrified. You could see it in her face. She was absolutely
it wasn't terrified. It wasn't terrified. It was just pain. A dog's biting her arm.
She was scared.
Yeah, I saw it.
What happens when she starts beating the crap out of that dog?
They gonna whoop her entire natural ass.
No, not even about whooping her. She's being charged. She'll be charged for assault
of a police officer. Right.
So again,
it's training.
I have to accept the idea that right now, your body is called it. You have a natural design trait in your mind called self-preservation.
Right.
Right now, if I start twisting your arm, there's going to be a point where it could break. Your natural inclination is to pull away.
Right.
That would be called resisting. So now I must use more force to say maybe break said arm to go against your natural inclination for self-preservation. That's the reason why you can't bite through your own skin.
Right.
So you're telling me to accept the idea that a canine is biting me and stay calm and relax and not fight back?
I'm supposed to be relaxed as an untrained civilian with your pistol in my face. But you can be scared just because I reach for some imaginary weapon.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, man, at the end of the day, it takes both. Like, I've always said this right here in the barbershop. Like, I've been pulled over many times in my car. I've been pulled over a lot.
Man, I think all of us have.
Yeah, but you know, but you know what's funny? I can also say I've never met a racist cop.
I can't say that.
Yeah, I can say that.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Listen. I can say
I'm from Alabama. We can't say that.
But
I'll tell you why.
I can say that.
When I've been in Shelby County.
Bruh, I kid you not.
I've been in Lee County.
I got pulled over 3 times a month on average. That's an average. 3 times a month. Back in, like, what was it, 2004, 2005, back when I stayed my Caprice. Mm-hmm. And I had dreads. Bruh, I wasn't selling dope. I was in college.
I got you.
Tarrant?
You fit the
Tarrant.
profile.
Tarrant. You know Tarrant. You know Tarrant very well. Tarrant still has a clavern. And if you're not sure what a clavern is, it's actually a chapter of the Ku Klux Klan. Mm-hmm. They still have a clavern there. So trust me, I've met more than my share of racist cops.
Well, like I said, what I'm saying is I probably did meet racist cops, but I didn't give them an opportunity to be racist towards me.
And that's the thing. But here's the thing that bothers me. The same reason why women are so upset. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't have to tell you, or I shouldn't have to dress a certain way to gain respect, or for you to not try.
My skin shouldn't be my sin.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
I should not have to. I should be able.
But it is.
I should be able to look at a cop and say whatever I want, and him still do his job.
Professional.
Yeah. No, you are right. You're right. But
what's the first line of the NCO Creed?
But yes, I know it. But at the same time. At the same time, you're playing with people's emotions, and that's why I say, like with me, I carry. I'm a concealed carry holder and whole nine. So when they come to my car, yo, how you doing? Da 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 da. First thing I have to say is like, yo, officer, I'm carrying, blah 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 blah. Then they'll ask whatever.
After Philando, I don't say anything.
But no, I mean, no.
I don't open my mouth.
I got
After
you.
After Philando, I don't say a word, bro.
I feel you, but you know what? You got to, like. I mean, it's like, okay. This is why I say. We know as black people, we know that we're up against the 8 ball. Right. We know that we're born behind the 8 ball. We know that, so we have to fight hard.
But my thing is, I'd rather fight that pistol charge in court for not telling him I got a concealed carry than him feel threatened to kill me.
So
I'm sorry. I would rather. I'm not gonna get, bruh.
I got you.
So, just going off what I've experienced, every time that I've been pulled over, there's been a pistol in my car in the glove compartment, locked. Period. So when they've asked me, okay, when they pull me over, okay, well, how can I help you? Do you mind if I reach for my wallet? May I? All right. I'm now about to reach into my pocket. I know the rules.
Let me tell you what I do before they even do that. I actually have my I keep my since I got USAA, I keep my insurance on my phone. I keep a picture of it, and I will hand them my whole entire phone sometimes and show them. But if I'm in a dark place, I keep it in the ashtray, which is in front of me. Before they get to the car, I will take my entire wallet out of my pocket and put it on the dashboard so that my hands are never out of their sight.
And
any kind of reaching
that's
can
the thing.
get you killed.
No,
which is true. I mean, you know that, but like I said, when you get put, like, especially dark, like at nighttime, whatever, when the cop pulls you over, call your lights on in the car. Roll all your windows down. I don't care how cold it is. Why? Because the more you make that cop feel safer, the better you are. And like I told you, I've been put over a lot. I feel you.
Do you hear what you say? Like,
yeah,
and it's no offense. I gotta make you feel safe. You here to serve me.
You are right.
You got a whole gun, pepper spray.
You are here to protect me.
You're right.
Here's the issue. The last time that I got pulled over, it was in South Carolina. Literally, it crossed my mind for a second. I was like, man, I really could. And I literally, it really hit me. I was like, I could die right now. Mm-hmm. I literally sent a message to my sisters and my mother, and I said, I'm being pulled over. I will comply with everything.
Yeah.
So I can have evidence out there in the world to know that it is truly my intentions to comply with anything that this man asked me to do.
Exactly.
Literally, when he pulled me over, I already had everything out. I said, whatever you need me to do. When he said, I want your license, I said, hey, here's my license. I'm about to reach. Do you mind if I reach?
Mm-hmm.
Having to make sure I'm looking at him. My heart is racing. I was petrified over the idea.
The last 2 times I got pulled over, I just so happened to be on the phone with somebody. And I put my phone in a little holster, and I put it on speaker. I said, just listen, don't say a word, please put your phone on mute, because I wanted them to hear everything and have at least some sort of witness if something went sideways. The time before that, I don't know if anybody remembers, I don't know if you remember or not, but I posted on Facebook, I am being pulled over, I did not resist, I want to live, I'm just letting you know what's up.
Now,
and that's what I put on Facebook.
Okay, now here's the fun thing. You remember the guy that they got shot on Old Concord Road about 2 years ago?
Keith,
the one,
Keith something.
He had, I forgot what he had. He had TB as some shot.
He had a TBI.
Like
he had a traumatic brain injury.
Yeah, he had that. Remember that? That happened that Monday. Exactly a week before that, I went to Wilmington to court. Right, I'm leaving Wilmington. I get pulled over. We was driving, and a cop pulled me over. Then 3 more cars pulled over behind me. So I'm looking back there like, this ain't no regular random.
They think you're trafficking.
They think I'm trafficking or something like that, right? So what happens is the cop comes over to me. He comes and everybody's in plain clothes, they sheriff, whatever. He comes over to me and says, yo, my license and registration. I said, officer, like I always say, yo, I'm carrying concealed, blah, 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 blah. Now, mind you, the cop's at my driver's side. There's another cop looking in the back window.
Because he's checking to see what you got in the car and see if your hands moving.
Exactly. So he said, can I get your license? And I said, yeah. No, I'm not getting my license because my wallet's on the same side as my gun. Now, he said, you good? I said, no. I said, you know I have a gun. But that guy back there does not know I have a gun. So he said, I said, well, I'd rather you just handcuff me, take me out the car, and y'all get the shit yourselves. You see what I'm saying? There's ways. I always say there's ways around.
Right,
whatever.
and I get that.
You got to think about this shit.
I want to say this, and then I want to move on to the next topic because we've already spent like 20 minutes on this.
Yeah.
But the thing is, here's the thing. This is the difference between being black in America, being a black male in America, being a black female in America, and being any other race. We have to learn. We have to teach our children how not to die. Other people get the opportunity to teach their children how to live.
I cannot wait till the year 2050. And I know that may seem random as hell.
No, it doesn't. I already know where you're going with that.
Where literally people of color will be a majority in the United States. And I cannot wait to hear some.
What's funny is we almost already there.
Yeah, no, just hear me out. Just hear me out. I cannot wait till one day I'm listening to a podcast on someone telling me how they have to carry themselves when they're being pulled over because they feel threatened by a black man as a cop. Or this, that, and
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. You just gave me a very strong case for having more kids.
I want a whole football team, so I mean, I want the Price clan, like the squad, gang. You know what it is.
So you out here trying to be fertile. All right, I'm gonna let you have it. I don't want no more kids. You want to know why? Because I have just a little bit of disposable income right now. If I have one more child, that's going out the window. I just bought them J's last week. I want to be able to continue buying J's.
I got them too. So
I figured you did. I figured you did. We had a conversation about Jordans, but yeah, he looking at us like we stink. I'm about to buy me another pair of Timbs too, though, so it's okay.
That's why Black Wall Street never survived.
Jordan, don't do that.
Jordan, bro.
Let's move on, man. Chris Bosh mama selling dope.
I think the neighbors say I'm selling dope.
The feds, you get the bag and fumble it. Chris Bosh mama get the bag and flip it and tumble it.
Hey.
So just so you know, I'm just kidding. Tweezy, you got some more info on that, man. Tell me what's up with that, man. Chris Bosh mama.
Actually,
they raided Chris Bosh mama house.
Yeah, and they found dope.
Out she was the plug.
But see, in all actuality, what it was Chris Bosh actually went up on his mother's rent. Like he's taxing her. He's a bastard. But anyway, make a long story short.
She must have used the last of the toenail polish.
She did.
I'm sorry. Let me stop.
To make a long story short, so in order for her to, I guess, live comfortably, she rented out rooms and stuff to other people. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, the people that she rented the rooms out was drug dealers. That's what happened. So when they ran the house looking for them, they found dope in who house's name is in? Yeah,
Chris
exactly. Bosh. Chris Bosh's mom's name. You know what I'm saying? Or Chris Bosh or whatever.
Hey, chopper on the floor, pistol on the couch.
Yeah. El Chapo.
So I never had a bank account.
She was El Chapo.
Jay's going in, Jay's going out.
So
made 100,000 in my trap out. Hey, what Gucci at? Anybody know Gucci Man? Please tell them to holler at me. I want to do a podcast one day.
So pretty much,
I'm
pretty
tired
much
of
that's what it
selling
was.
dope. I want to go legit. I wonder, can I sell 100 mil like 50 Cent? Cause platinum ain't enough.
Goo up.
I got too many vices.
Goo up.
Love to smoke.
Oh well,
weed,
we're not doing it live tonight. We're not doing the
dices.
podcast live tonight. Sorry about that, folks. Anybody on Facebook, but you'll be able to check us out on the Kinda Sleepy Podcast Facebook page. You can also check us out on SoundCloud. You can check us out on everywhere. Facebook, the iTunes podcast app on your iPhone. You can also check us out on Stitcher. And then we're still working on YouTube because YouTube's being a little punk right now, but you can check us out there. And also, if you'd like to sponsor the podcast, please hit us up. KindaSleepyPodcast@gmail.com. That's KindaSleepyPodcast@gmail.com. You can send us your questions, thoughts, emails, and anything else you want to talk about, man, because we always looking for people to just, shoot us guest thoughts and stuff like that.
Well, hold on. Before you even go any further with that, I really think you need to make sure the sponsors understand that the bag is going up, the price is going up, because that viewership right now. I mean, we through the roof. We trending
doing numbers,
out here.
man. We doing numbers. Like for us to only have been around for 7 episodes now, we actually doing some pretty solid numbers, bro. Like it's solid. It's really solid. So you might want to get in now. You might want to get in now before we get by the time we get to episode 25, man. We probably gonna be
talk money.
You know what I'm saying?
I see it.
You so silly. But also, I want to give a shout out to Natty, man. Natty's dealing with some personal issues tonight, and so that's why we got 2 special guest hosts, man. Thoughts and prayers with Natty, and I'm probably gonna go by and check on him when I leave here. But yeah, that's my man. And the show, Kinda Sleepy wouldn't be Kinda Sleepy without Natty. So just wanted to put that out there too.
But we are kind of sleepy.
A nigga need a nap right now. I ain't gonna lie. But so let's move on to the next topic. Chinks, the rapper, out of the Coke Boys camp. He got killed 3 years ago. Well, today they arrested 2 suspects in his murder. So shout out to French Montana and the Coke Boys. We finally gonna get justice for Chinks. And the 2 guys that they arrested, one of them was already locked up behind an armed robbery charge. So
I think we gotta also put it out there, playing devil's advocate. You innocent until proven guilty in the United States. So
are they black?
Allegedly, they are the killers.
But are they black though?
Yeah, they're definitely.
They did.
Come on.
You are definitely the black Donald Trump. After that one, you are totally the black Bigley. You are the black Donald Trump.
Is he still coming
OJ did it.
Is he still coming to the cookout?
Oh, he's definitely invited to the cookout.
Okay,
He's definitely invited to the cookout.
OJ did it.
We all know OJ did it. I'm glad they finally got OJ back though. I'm so happy that OJ ain't back in the headlines after getting out though. Ooh, Jesus.
Just imagine if you were in Charlotte right now and you get on the elevator and it's just you and OJ. Or just imagine if you're a white woman and it's just you and OJ about to get on the elevator. I'm not saying anything is gonna happen, but I guarantee it's gonna at least cross their mind.
Your butthole is not opening up until that's a butt pucker moment for your ass right there.
Man,
no pun intended.
I am pulling out the cell phone and I'm saying reporting to you live.
I'm going live.
You got the man Juice in here.
I'm in the elevator with OJ.
I'm literally just gonna look at him and just say, "Hey man, I'm glad you got off."
I'm gonna tell you like this: if OJ look at me, I'm gonna shit myself.
Well, see, OJ didn't really get off.
that's a defense mechanism.
He really didn't get off. Actually, to be honest with you, what's crazy is it's one of those.
OJ went to jail for stealing his own shit.
But yeah, you right.
OJ is the worst criminal of all time.
Yeah. But here's the kill. It really wasn't the fact that he stole his stuff. At the end of the day, we all know it as black people. They were mad that he got off on technicalities in the case because really, to be honest with you, they threw stuff out of the case because they had you dead to rights on, okay, this is your coke can. I got a print on the coke can. This is your print on the coke can, right? But I did something else faulty.
Hold on,
to do extra.
Hold on. They got a whole nother theory about who actually killed him. Now, and I actually believe this theory.
Only person knows the dog, man. He's the only one that knows.
And I agree. But they have a whole nother theory about the case. The amount of blood that was in the Bronco wouldn't lead you to believe there was a murder. Those gloves really didn't fit him. OJ had anger issues, but OJ in that timetable couldn't have done it. They believe his son did it. And his son had a history of violent outbreaks, outbursts, and stuff like that. And when they put all the evidence together, and I want to give a shout out to Ebony Price, Howard University alum, shout out to the Mecca. She sent me this, she posted this article that broke down the whole theory behind OJ's son actually doing it. I think OJ's son did it. And that would explain why OJ's son ran out there during that low speed chase and was arguing with his dad. Because his dad took the fall for him. That blew my mind when I read the whole thing, man.
I just want to say that OJ did get off, and it's interesting. I'm not gonna say it's ironic, but OJ got off because he was rich. And just think about that for a
I'm not
second.
black, I'm OJ.
What do you mean? You talking about the trial itself? The actual trial?
Oh, he was able to hire.
I mean,
The best lawyers in the world.
I mean,
To be able to
day,
say, hold on. Most cases are won because of the relationship that the lawyer
has to the judge.
with the judge. So to tell me that some of the most high-priced lawyers in the country that have met and been at the country clubs and have a good rapport with said judges, it had to go in your favor. And just think about how many millionaires have gotten off without serving a day in jail because of the same thing.
Well, you're right. But
I bet Jason Williams in jail right now wishing he had Johnny Cochran after he shot his damn chauffeur.
But the thing about
that's a whole other story, though. Was you in New York when Jason Williams did that?
No, I was down
Play
here.
for the Nets. You was down here.
I was down here.
Yeah,
but here's
that's
the killer. Really? With
Pause.
OJ?
And it's not OJ.
Pause.
Here's the killer.
Pause.
Here's the juice. The 12 men and women they picked to get him, they acquitted him. So
But that's another skill, though. That's another skill that you get.
That's what it is.
Good lawyers have that skill.
But at the end of the day, when you go to court, don't you want the best lawyer you can afford?
No, I want the best lawyer.
Period.
But I'm just saying. I mean, I understand. But
think about it. Why you
ain't
think
nothing free?
But why you think
You know that.
Well, let's move on to the next one because somebody gonna need a lawyer soon. Keaton Jones' mama finessed y'all out of $60,000, and I'm trying to figure out who the hell donated. I get it. This little white kid, he got on TV. He was from East Tennessee, and he was talking about he got bullied, and why would you pick on somebody? Now, allegedly, I want to make sure I say allegedly because this has not been confirmed, but allegedly he was getting beat up or picked on or talked about or cracked on because he called one of the other students the N-word. Don't know whether that's true or not, but after we looked at his mama's social media and found out that his father, his estranged father, is actually a jailed white supremacist, it's not too far of a stretch to believe that.
So
it's nowhere near a stretch. That shit
happened.
Hey, OJ did it.
let me just put it out there. Shout out to Black Twitter.
Black Twitter is the greatness.
Black
Twitter is the cookout as far as I'm concerned.
Black Twitter is undefeated.
Undefeated.
We would have got.
Wait. With a
got
caveat. The Beehive got the chill, bro. I love Black Twitter, but the Beehive on Black Twitter, they got the chill. Everything is not shaded. Beyonce. They probably gonna come at me for this. You know what? Never mind. Y'all keep cooking. Anyway, go back to what you're saying.
No, it's just the idea of being able, like, number one, it's the idea of like somebody thinking that you can finesse. So let's just say again, allegedly, your son was getting picked on because he used the N-word, right?
Right.
Well, you mean to tell me that this is how you finna try to spin it?
You gonna take a Facebook video?
And you're not going to delete any of your pictures? You ain't gonna make your profile private? You not going? You really gonna try to? Come on, man.
Here's what I'm gonna say first. So all of us in here are parents. You're a parent. I'm a parent. You're a parent.
Yeah. Shout out. Never mind. I ain't gonna put on that.
So the thing is, my first inclination, if my baby girl or my son, and see the thing is, I'm very, very sensitive about bullying because my son is a little bit more susceptible to it with him being special needs. So the thing is, if I find out anything happens to my son, I'm not going to social media. Social media is not going to find out until the charges get filed against me. That's just the reality of it for me. I'm not going to social media to take a video of my son to get sympathy from my son and then post it on social media. No, I'm going to handle the problem. Point blank, period. That's just me as a father. That's me as a parent.
But you know, right now, a lot of stuff is all about, everything right now is about money. Like
Right.
for instance, the rape allegations that everybody's doing all of a sudden. Now,
Let's
all
not
of a
go
sudden,
there yet. Let's not go there yet. Let's not go there yet. Let's not go there yet.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
I
is
don't want to get
everything's
into the
about-
meninist
I
part
got
of
you.
this.
But at the end of the day, everything's about money. So when it comes to adults, it's all about money. You know what I'm saying? Like, prime example, I know we ain't gonna talk about it, but Michael Jackson was accused of
shit.
of rape, right? No, but listen, this is real. This is real.
Right.
Real-
But
okay,
it was an extortion plot.
It was extortion plot. The white boy, when his dad died, he came true and said, "Yo, my dad lied on Mike.
Right.
He didn't touch me. He didn't
Well,
do nothing."
let's-
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, I say that to say this right here. When it comes to, I don't care who you are, white, black, Chinese, African, green, blue, whatever, the dollar sign be in people's heads, and that's what they want to do. Like, if I can extort any kind of money out of you, that's what the world is about right now.
Well, I don't even think it's about extorting money. I think it's the idea that a lot of people are using their kids to make money.
Well, that's one thing, but that's been going on for years.
But ain't that extortion?
We just talked about Michael Jackson. Didn't Joe
Explosion?
do that? Didn't Joe use his kids to make money?
Yep.
So that's been going on for generations.
And the baller brand.
Big ball. Oh my
Big baller brand.
Yo, he pulled that kid out of UCLA.
Oh, he put
The
his son.
younger one is out of high school.
They are now going
and
across
playing
season play.
Lithuania.
Yeah. So now they're ruined.
You know what though? I'm not mad at LeVar Ball.
Wait. Let me kind of, take the charge on this one right here. If you
Pun fully intended.
No, for real, seriously.
Take the charge.
If I'm LeVar, like if I'm Big Baller Brand,
Yeah.
are you who you say you are?
Mm-hmm.
When I look in the mirror every single day, I say I'm the baddest man walking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when adversity comes, am I who I said I was?
No.
Because seriously, when adversity comes, what are you gonna do with it? So my son said he's the best. My son said he can get it. My son said he could play with anybody. My son wants to go to the NBA. You know what? UCLA ain't letting you play. You want money now or later. Well, all right, let's go get this money.
You want to know what I really think about that situation? And I don't want to spend too much time on this because we got a couple more before we get into the 15 minutes of funk. But I think that kid that was at UCLA, that he just pulled out. I think that, first of all, he's like the worst out of the three kids as far as hooping is concerned. And so I think that UCLA made a play for him so they could get the younger brother in a couple years. I think that was a hustle move. I think that was a pimp decision by UCLA.
Well, no, actually, if you look at it, if he goes his high school and look at his actual credentials, he actually is a solid player.
I won't deny that.
He's a solid player.
He can beat me one-on-one every day.
He's a solid player.
He can beat Marv. He might not be able to beat Marvin.
Whoa.
Money Marv. He might not be able to beat Money Marv. He can beat me at one-on-one every day. Tweezy, he might be able to beat you one-on-one every day.
No.
I forgot you from New York. Y'all hooping Timbs, man. That means you can
I'm
jump out
not
the gym.
from. Hold on. I'm not from New York. I'm
My
from
bad, my
Wilmington,
bad.
North Carolina, Port City. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? Port City. But
After
by
you say,
way,
you know what I'm saying?
by way, I've lived in Brooklyn. All my family live in Brooklyn.
Okay.
So I represent
see you in here with
I rep both.
You getting your funk flex on? That's cool.
I rep both.
I'm not mad at
Drop
that.
one of those bums.
We can't afford that yet. That's why we're looking for sponsors.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but but nah, man. Like I think that kid, the middle kid, the one that was at UCLA, the one that got caught stealing Versace sunglasses or whatever.
He need to stay in UCLA because
He
he probably
needed
could have
to
got to the
stay
NBA
there.
in 3 years.
If he had
I don't-
stayed there,
I don't even think that's the case.
I think he
though.
would have been in the G League. Personally,
No. I think he could go to the league now because one or two things is going
Nah.
to. No, here's the thing. One or two
Nah.
things is going to
believe it.
happen. He's either going to ball out, no pun intended, or he's going to be a bust. Are you who you said you are?
That dude is a bust.
But here's the killer.
What
the
if you
kids,
go- what if
the
you go-
kids, but the kids ain't never said nothing. It's always been the daddy talking. Like we said, okay, prime example. You know how you can meet a girl and talk yourself into whatever.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
I'm a good wholesome man.
And the Lord said, okay. And then at the end of the day, you can also talk yourself right out of it. I think that's what happened with Ball. He talked his son into the NBA. He's the number one. He's the number 2 pick. Right now, he's looking.
Yeah,
like
he finessed his way in there.
Yeah,
now.
He finessed his way in. He's not living up to the hype. He living to the hype.
He's a volume shooter like J.R. Smith.
No, I number one, his son is having a solid rookie year.
Right, but he's a volume shooter like J.R. Smith.
No one ever said.
And volume shooters don't usually get picked number 2.
His dad said, "My son is the best." What is his dad supposed to say? My son ain't better.
Of course.
He's supposed to do that.
Right.
But
You're right.
His dad also said he was better than Jordan.
Hold on. Well, that's his decision. That's his prerogative. But he also,
trash.
I mean, this is the thing. LeVar had to.
Here's the
Lonzo
thing.
had to play against one-on-one against other NBA talent.
Yeah.
He had to do that.
We're not against LeVar. We're not. I have no problem with LeVar.
Oh, no.
What I'm
not at all.
saying is that he just finessed the whole system by having that youngest boy. I can't think of his name right now. Lil something, because all of them name Lil something.
LaMelo.
Yeah, that youngest boy that's still in high school, still playing AAU.
No, he was in high school. He is now home trained.
That boy right there needs some more structured ball first.
Actually, he's a pro now. They signed a
Technically,
contract.
he's a pro. He's in Lithuania
so
now.
tell me what better way to become. So, all right, the easy way would have been the easy way would have been staying at UCLA and staying in
not
Chino
the
Hills.
easy
Hold on,
way,
wait, just hear
bruh.
me out. Just hear me out. That is easy. That is the Chino Hills ran the offense through Melo.
Not new coach. That's why I took him out.
Then you also had a situation where you already got a scholarship going to you playing for UCLA, but now you finna go play against grown men as a 16-year-old.
But let's be honest. As a 16-year-old, you're playing against grown men who aren't better than the AAU talent you're playing against, bro.
Hold on, wait now.
Now that's not so true. No
Wait
more.
a minute.
Not no more.
Wait now. Don't.
Let's turn into a sports park.
All right, let's.
Now.
I say it like this: when that boy was at UCLA, he was playing against other top tier talent. There are college teams out there that can probably run the table in some of these European leagues, especially in Lithuania. Let's be perfectly honest. It's Lithuania. It's not France. It's not Germany. It's not England. We're talking Lithuania.
Well, let's look.
It's not even Chinese ball. Chinese ball is where Iverson and what's his name? Stefan went to go play. We're talking Lithuania. We're talking basically G League ball.
Well, you're right. But at the same time, if you look at the high school players, the number 1, number 2 ranked high school players in nation right now, who they play against? They play against nobody. Really, they look hella good.
Them nobodies you're gonna see in the NBA in 8 years.
No,
Hold on, wait. You got guys right now. So let's say the guy that plays in Spartanburg right now.
Yeah,
So that dude's a monster.
But hold on.
He's a monster.
You say he's a monster, but he's like 6'8".
Yes,
Playing
240, playing against 5'9", 5'11", 150-pound
fives.
Yes.
He's not playing against grown men.
What you think Lithuania look like, bruh?
But that's what we talking about. He gonna look good. That's what we
He
talking about.
playing the JV.
But that's what I'm saying. He gonna look good against them, and that's how you get in.
All
That's
right,
the
well, I
system.
don't want this. I don't
guess
want this
we
to turn
agree
into
to
the Fox
disagree.
Sports News podcast, man. Because I ain't got no
We can't
miles.
be Sports Center.
I ain't got no
Fox
miles,
News.
and we ain't
Why
got
you
no
saying
yak.
Fox on his podcast.
Because
Okay.
Shannon Sharp,
I
bruh.
thought we was woke though.
We on that mile and that yak.
But hey,
We on the miles and that yak.
hey,
He
well,
said I'm on that hen dog. What we doing?
What we doing?
but this broadcast is brought to you by
Pick one.
Stick One.
The thoughts expressed by Tweezy are Tweezers and Tweezers alone. Let's move on to the next one. Marshall Falk has been suspended from the NFL Network, along with 2 other on-air announcers, a former vice president of the company of the NFL Network, as well as Warren Sapp and what's his name, Vince Young, have also been named in a suit for sexual harassment.
And Weinberg.
The guy Weinberger, that was the vice president guy.
executive.
Tavis Smiley has been suspended indefinitely from PBS.
Yes.
For sexual misconduct, for having ongoing sexual relations
with women and essentially men. Allegedly, you know what I'm saying?
There's some dudes involved. I ain't got nothing to say about that. That's just giving you an update on that. The FCC just passed a repeal of net neutrality, which means y'all probably gonna pay more for internet, and you're gonna have to probably pay for Facebook soon. Yeah, that's trash. I don't really know what to say about that. I think the Republican Party is now an enemy of the people.
Everybody's gonna pay though. I guarantee that.
Speaking of enemies of the people, enemy of the people #1 for black folks. She got thrown out the White House this week. Omarosa Manigault. I don't know what her new married last name is, but she's been thrown out of the White House. She had to be forcibly removed from the White House after she cussed everybody out for allegedly making negative comments about black women voters in Alabama. What's your thoughts on that, Marvin? I mean, we from Alabama, so.
No, so if it's true that she got thrown out for defending the honor of black women in my home state, more power to her.
I think it's too little too late, and I don't give a damn what she do.
I mean, but again, I feel like
she still has to sit in the unseasoned section of the cookout with Tina Campbell.
Well, and I can respect that, but I give anybody an opportunity for redemption. So for her
I'm
to
not
stand
Jesus.
up for the right,
I'm not that forgiving.
and the respect of black women in Alabama,
she gonna have to show up to. She gonna have
to sit at the kids' table.
No. She's not even invited to the cookout until we see her in kente cloth on an episode of Blackish, standing next to Cornel West and holding a copy of Malcolm X's autobiography. I'm not giving her a pass, bro.
Well, to be honest with you, man, when it comes to that, to be honest with you, like I feel like, who cares? Like,
I
I'm
do.
saying,
I give a whole lot of shit.
I say that to say this right here. Like at the end of the day, her beliefs is her beliefs.
It's
You know
not
what I'm
about
saying?
your beliefs at this point, man.
Whatever. I mean, it's going to always be about your beliefs. It's going to be always be about how you feel about what you believe in and whatever. Because if you believe in something, you're going to fight for it.
When your beliefs contribute to the subjugation of people that look like you, it's not about your beliefs. It's about your impact. Your intent and your impact is different things. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. And so if you sending other people to hell in a handbasket on a train with a scholarship and gasoline draws on and roller skates, then I don't give a damn about your intent. I care about your impact. And her impact really hurt a lot of people. Let's talk about these HBCUs who she had the president show up there for a photo op and haven't gotten anything, and then the borrowing restrictions got even worse. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about her helping usher in Betsy DeVos. Let's talk about that. That has terribly impacted black communities with education. For lack of a better phrase, fuck her intent, bro. Because her impact was terrible.
Tell us how you really feel,
bro. Omarosa is trash, bro.
Well, that's
I wish you guys could see
the
him
veins
right now.
popping out of my neck.
He is really lit
right now. He
bro,
almost
Omarosa is
shaking the
He's shaking the table. Omarosa is the spook who sat by the door outside the cookout, as far as I'm concerned. Fuck Omarosa.
I feel you.
Sorry.
I feel you. But
I got a little emotional for a second.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I got standards. I'm happy with what I got at home. I am more than happy.
Oh, more than happy.
I am extremely happy.
And this is a good moment to plug out all the women in our lives right now. To every woman that's in your life, we say thank you.
Let's move on to the next topic. Alabama and Roy Moore.
Hold on, wait.
No, that's a good segue.
We didn't even talk about the disrespect that was happening to these women and sexual harassment.
Well, we gonna come back to that in a different episode because right now we're at Alabama and Roy Moore, and matter of fact, let's just hit this one topic right quick, and then we're gonna get into our 15 minutes of fun because we run out of time. So, Marvin, we talked earlier about how if Roy Moore had won,
I don't know who that
Money Marv.
Yeah, I don't know who that Marvin.
Let's talk about how if Roy Moore had won, how businesses would not be coming to Alabama.
Think about what happened in North Carolina when they passed the HB2 bill. Mm-hmm. Think about what's happening right now with Texas. Think about any community that has decisive or disrespectful people of power, leadership right now. And just go ahead. It's one of those things where
we got a call in right quick. We got a call in guest. Hey, who got on the line right quick?
It's Jules.
What's up, Jules? So we're talking about Alabama and Roy Moore and black women voters, and one of the things that we were talking about was how had Roy Moore won the election, how businesses would not be coming to Alabama. And Marvin was telling us that if we look at how businesses backed out of North Carolina after HB2, the quote-unquote bathroom bill, was passed. Look at how any place that has a segment of, of regressive beliefs tends to back out of, the companies tend to back out of dealing with them. What do you think about that?
I live in the great state of Texas.
Right. But you did live in Alabama for a while. You pledged in Alabama. No. Shout out your chapter.
Alabama is definitely sweet home. Alabama has a very dear place in my heart. But what I was going to say about Texas.
You better shout out your chapter like I told you to.
Oh, Gangsta Kai. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Gangsta Kai chapter, Talladega College, 598. Anyway.
Ooh.
Similar to Carolina, we had the bathroom legislation, and I honestly did not believe that was going to affect our economy just because of the way Texas is built. However, in Alabama, I did think that Roy Moore becoming a U.S. Senator, especially with all of the press that has been brought forth, that would affect the state with economic growth, definitely. Because that's one thing that I remember when I worked for the city of Birmingham. That was one of the biggest things, attracting corporations to come into the city.
Right.
That's always a big goal for municipalities, is to create jobs. And I think that really would have affected not just job creation, but also the interest in people wanting to come pursue degrees there and do research there. You have great research institutions in the state of Alabama. And so it was a win across the board. People don't see it like that, but it really was. So it was an economic win, it was an educational win, a job win. So it was a big win for the state. I know everybody get caught up on how close the margins are.
Right.
I'm like, it's a race.
Well, I want to give a shout out to all the black women of Alabama, because the black women are really who pushed that thing over the edge. 97%?
97.
97% of black women voted for Roy Moore. Voted against Roy Moore. I'm sorry. I messed that one up. My bad. Woo. I guess it's Big Cup getting to me. And then I think it was 93% of black men voted against Roy Moore. Compared to only 23% of white men, and pretty much 34% of white women.
So hold on, and this is the thing that I can't get for nothing in the world, is that you consistently have white women voting for people that have been allegedly accused of sexual assault or rape. And it bothers me because again,
it's killer, isn't it?
You would rather align yourself with party lines than your own gender.
Your own children.
Your own children.
Right.
People considered Roy Moore to be the creepy old man. Just think about that. It's a category for men.
You don't want to be the old nigga in the club, so you definitely don't want to be the old creepy man in the mall. Like that's what I'm saying.
That's
so wide open.
To even have a category for that kind of behavior is disrespectful and downright disgusting in itself. And to have a man that is literally saying, well, she went that young or things of that nature. It's like, are you crazy?
Well, let's not go quite there.
Think about how low the bar was set. All I had to do was not be a pedophile, and I could have been a senator in the state of Alabama.
You should have went home and ran, bro. Anyway, let's step into let's go back to the business aspect of it. So, Jules, you're a business owner. Shout out your business.
Which one? So I have just whip.
She said which one?
Talk that talk, money. Okay.
Talk that talk.
If you have a beard, let me put my magic on it. But yeah, just whip. I make
You don't know how to take that one.
Wait a minute now. Wait, you my sister now. Don't be saying stuff like that now. Okay, wait. That's close to sexual harassment. Let me just back up. Let me back up.
Just whip is okay. Let me say this, because people say that to me like, "Ooh, what kind of name is that?" Just Whip is about our process and about the inspiration behind the company. So the process is I whip my product, so it's Just Whip. The inspiration is all that happened to bring this to fruition. chose the whipping. I took on a life whipping, but I'm not just whipped. You know, that's the only thing. That's just what happened to me. You know, life beat me up a little bit, but the prosperity has come through this business, through this blessing. My gift is making.
So give them your website. Give them your website, Jules. Give them your website.
The website, I hate to give this out because the new one will premiere in January, but the current website is justwhip.bigcartel.com, and we will be launching a new online store in the new year, and I'm really excited about that. We will celebrate 2 years in March. We make products for beards, for hair, for skin, and conditions, but we're really focusing on our beard and hair care line in 2018. We want to really push that really hard. Those are our two top sellers, and I'm planning millionaire status in 2018, so I got to focus on where the money at.
So okay, so now that we got you on the line, and we've talked about you know, how business is like that. We got 5 minutes left, and what I wanted to do was say, you know, I've got this app on my phone called Black Wall Street, and it teaches it shows me where the black-owned businesses are around me, and I like the app. I don't know if it's on Android. I know it's on iPhone, but if you have an iPhone, you can check it out. It's called Black Wall Street, BWS. And I've had a good time, you know, patronizing black-owned businesses. And I got, you know, all three of us are entrepreneurs, you know, in our own way. And Jules, you're an entrepreneur. And so I want to start with you, Jules, and say, what do you think? I'm going to give you 60 seconds. What do you think that we have to do to recreate Black Wall Street?
What do we have to do to recreate Black Wall Street? I think first and foremost, we need to all tap into what works for us. And I don't think enough of us do that. We try to do things that are acceptable to others, expectations of us, instead of what works for us. So, like for me, most people look at me and they're like, "You're supposed to be doing legal, doing education, you know, do what you do. Why are you making butters? Like, that's not who you are, but that's my gift, and I'm really damn good at it." You know what I'm saying? And you have to be okay with that, because some people will look down on, why is she doing that, or why did that guy decide to quit medical school and become a barber? People do what they want to do and what makes sense to them, and they prosper in it. You know, my hairstylist is brilliant, Clark graduate with a business degree, I think in accounting, and she's killing the game. You know, her clientele, there ain't too many stylists that don't have to work on Saturday. Now she does, but she don't have to work on Saturday.
And I think a big thing of that is, you know, you don't want to be trapped into somebody else's vision of who you are and what you are. You know, the thing is, and what I've had to learn over the past year or so, and you've actually helped me learn this, is that your vision and your gift will make a way for you. And, you know, if you notice, you know, when you talk to a group of kids, all of them want to be NBA players. Everybody wants to be a rapper. Everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants to grind. And so the thing is, a lot of it is that, you know, people are trying to live into what somebody else's perception of them should be, rather than taking what they have and working with it. I told somebody, I think I told Killer Mike this on Twitter a couple years back. I said, you know, I stopped trying to, you know, run a record label and be a rapper when I realized I had more in common with Maynard Jackson than I did Michael Jackson. And so, you know, my gift is words, my gift is writing, my gift is, you know, communication. And so I wasn't going to keep, you know, doing all this other stuff that people told me I should do because I was a pretty decent poet. And I decided to do what I wanted, do what my gift was, and do what made me happy. And it's been working out for me ever since. And I think that's the same thing with you. You know, you got multiple degrees and you got terminal degrees and all that cool stuff. But, you know, body butters and beard butters and doing, you know, body care products has really been working for you. And I think that's kind of where you found your niche, found your lane, found your vein. And I think that if more people did that, you know, we would be able to create some sort of ecosystem for our community, so that we wouldn't be out here going to everybody else for our needs and wants and stuff like that.
Hey, so
can I make another point?
What? Yeah, we're gonna make this point, but then we got to go to Marvin. Okay.
Okay.
Excuse me, Money Marv. My bad.
Hey, man.
And I'll say Issa Rae stole this from me, but I always
Issa Rae. I didn't say this. Issa Rae. My sister said this. Anyway, keep going, Jules.
you don't need to network up all the time, and I think that's where a lot of us mess up. I go to events all the time, and I network with the people around me, not necessarily like the keynote speaker. The hell with the keynote speaker. I want to see these people who gonna still be in town when that keynote speaker's on to the next town, because that's gonna help grow my business. And I think we always try to put on. I meet famous people all the time. I don't show that off. I got some things coming. God is opening some doors, but I don't have to show off who I meet. I want to work with people around me, and I think that's how we build Black Wall Street, when we work together with those around us. And then if we can't do it, we don't hate on the next person. We pick up the phone and say, hey, I know someone who will fit this perfectly. Reach out to this person over in Alabama. Reach out to this person over in Virginia. That's how we build it.
Got you. Well, Jules, I thank you for calling in, baby. I thank you for spending some time with us and talking to us. Once again, that's justwhipped.bigcartel.com. New website coming soon. If you got a beard, I think everybody in here bearded up right now.
Everybody, I got a baby beard.
Everybody got their sexy face on. You know what I'm saying? So go by there and get your beard butters, your body butters, and if gang, beard gang, yeah. And if if your edge is messed up, ladies, you can go by there and get some of that hair growth formula. Wait, say what now? That scalp balm, yeah, they get your edges right. You know what I'm saying? I tried it on my head, but I got a cul-de-sac in my head. It was a little too late for me. So y'all work that out. And Jules, I'll talk to you later. Okay, babe?
Just Whipped on Instagram. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye. Just Whipped on Instagram. Y'all check her out. Now, Money Marv. Money Marv.
All right, so here's the thing about building a Black Wall Street. Number one, I think Fubu had it right. For us, by us. And when you truly support people in your tribe, if you support people that believe in you, then you're building. Just imagine if right now people say, well, we had this whole Bank Black movement, but people weren't moving all of their money. Well, people say, well, I can't use this bank in this particular region or this particular state. Well, the reason why you can't use it is because they don't have the money to go into those new markets, and that's an issue. But if we were to put our money there, if we were to support one another, just imagine if we had a construction company that were building houses, but they use black architects, they use black electric engineers,
electricians, electrical engineers, like that. Yeah.
Next thing you know, that's more money in the community. More money in the community means more discretionary income. More discretionary income leads to the opportunities to create more businesses and opportunity to invest in others. But again, it all starts when we literally start depending on one another and spending our money in our own communities. Because again, why will I benefit someone else? It's just like when you go to a neighborhood outside of your community to spend money.
Right.
That money is going to another school system. It's going to fund another government and not your own. Why would I? Let's just say hypothetically, if I lived in Alabama, in Birmingham, why would I ever spend $1 of my money in Hoover?
You got a point.
When I'm trying to support the city of Birmingham, where
I live in Rock Hill and all my money ended up in Charlotte somehow. I don't know how that works.
Oh man, that's goodness gracious.
Anyway, so Mr. Tweezy the barber,
and you know this.
How do you think that we build a Black Wall Street, man?
Well, people are not gonna like what I say. That's cool.
You the Black Donald Trump, baby.
Oh man,
it happens.
I'm about to go all the way left.
Or all the way right, depending on where you look.
But real talk.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at our financial stability and what we do, the average black dollar stays in the black community. It passes hands I think it was one time.
Yeah,
it passes the hand one time in the black community.
We don't circulate our money.
So if you start circulating your money, then you can build a Black Wall Street. You can't build nothing if all the money keep going out of the community.
Right.
Now, when Black Wall Street was built back in the day.
Now the thing is, a lot of people don't know. We talk about the one in Oklahoma. We don't talk about the one that was here in North Carolina, in Durham.
Exactly. Yeah, the one in Durham. The one that was in Durham. Now, when everybody think about Black Wall Street, think about the one that got burned down.
Yeah.
Nobody think about the one that was actually in Durham. Durham is black through and through. Through and through. But when
Durham is black as hell, and I love it.
But this is hilariously. When people think about Durham, they think about Duke. And Duke is
Some people think about Duke. I think about Yeah, a lot of people do
You know
think
what I'm
about
saying?
Duke. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
When I say they think about Duke because it's a rich, you know what
Upper
I'm saying?
crust,
Upper crust
you know,
type of thing.
yeah.
But Duke is in the heart of the hood.
Duke is in the middle of the hood. Like the only way that you know you're not in the hood is when you see all them ivy line bricks
when you go
cross
through the gate.
into
When you go to
Duke.
the gate,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
But when you walk down the street, you in the hood.
It's a trap house or
You
two,
are in
not
the hood.
a block and a half from Duke. Like
Exactly.
Duke is in the hood, bro.
But like I said though, really to be honest with you, like it's hard for the black community to stick together when number one, you don't support each other.
Right.
And then you got black people that say, well, it's hard to support somebody when the black people don't support each other. Like you go to, I give you a prime example.
I know where you're going.
I go to Walmart, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't shop at Walmart anymore.
Anyway,
That's another story.
I buy whatever item it is.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't fix, I take it back.
Mm-hmm.
In the black community, you buy an item, there's a sign that says what? Finish it for me.
No refunds or exchanges.
There you go. We all seen it.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. That refund is gonna hurt. Now you can exchange a lot of times.
Yeah.
But that refund is gonna hurt that business.
No, I
but I'm gonna tell you
understand
like
that.
this.
I
I'm gonna tell you
understand
like this. And this is one thing that I've realized is that, you know, a lot of times our smaller businesses do have higher prices because they have a lower profit margin. They don't get you can't nearly purchase enough to match Walmart's prices.
Well, no, I mean, I'm using Walmart as far as.
And I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But let me say this. It's like, you know, I want people, I support black owned businesses. I support my friends that have black owned businesses because I want them to succeed, and I don't ask them for a discount either. We got to stop asking people for discounts on their business because
Exactly.
when you go to work and you work your 40 hours a week, if they gave you, you know, 10% off your check, you're going to feel some type of way. But you want to ask this person for a 10% discount? Come on, bro. We got to stop doing that. But one more thing that I really, really want to touch on is that, you know, we always say, well, you know, black-owned businesses don't give you good customer service, or they'll show up late, or they'll do this or that. We will talk all this crap about a black-owned businesses and then go down the street to a gas station where they put your money on the counter, won't take the money, put the money in your hand, and talk to you through a 6 foot thick glass window and won't ever and will follow you around the store and stuff like that. But then meanwhile, you'll talk crap about the black business that talks to you every day and sees you out in the street, and maybe they make one mistake and you throw them under the bus. But then you got this other group of people down here who, you know, you treat you like crap every single day.
It kind of feels like self-hate, man.
That's
It really,
a lot of
but
it.
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, that's what it is. Like, we don't support each other. Like, we look like, for instance, I'll give you a prime example. I'll look at you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be like, okay, I'm going to sell this product, but I already know in my head you're a nigga, so therefore you're going to do this, this, and this. So now I'm just going to get you for this and be done with you. Where this white guy, I know, okay, I'm going to treat him da-da-da-da-da. It's the way we was brought up.
Yeah, a lot of it. It's a lot of code switching that goes on there.
We was literally brought. I'm gonna tell you the illest man in history. You won't believe me. The illest man in history to do anything right, and is the pinnacle of whatever. He turned the whole race against themselves. William Lynch.
He didn't.
He's
two
the
things.
illest man in history.
We're gonna close out the show, but there's two things about that. Number one, he didn't exist. We're gonna have a whole show about that and how he didn't exist and how actually a black man in Durham wrote that letter. But number two, wait. Before you go there, let's talk about it like this though. Let's look at it like this. Is that if you really want to talk about how that works in action, you need to look no further than our home state of Alabama and look at George Wallace, who stood in the schoolhouse door at my alma mater and told people in Alabama, segregation today, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever, and then turned around a few short years later and got the black vote. He can show you how to finesse black people out of their own self-interest.
So let me
That came from who though?
So
Who would it come from?
It came from the dude that wrote William Lynch. If he doesn't exist,
Actually, that happened way after that.
So,
that
hold on,
letter
no,
showed up way
hey,
after
so here's
that election.
the point that the point that I want to make or add to that is that we tricking ourselves, man.
Yeah.
Like when you hear these kids say, "Well, I want to be the next LeBron," and I'm just and it's nothing wrong with being LeBron. It's nothing wrong with wanting to play in the NBA.
But that's a once in a generation talent.
Yeah, it is. But I've always asked the question, like, why? Then they say, because he's rich. And I'm like, okay.
You know who I want to be? The next Kenneth Chenault.
When I've asked the question, why do you want to be LeBron? And they say, because he's rich. And I said, well, if you think LeBron James is rich, think about the man that signs his check.
Dan Gilbert.
I don't want to be LeBron. I want to be the owner of the team. We don't own things. I want to start establishing in my family and my friends the idea of ownership. That's the whole entire reason why I bought a home, is the idea that I want to say I own something. Can't no one take it from me unless I don't pay my taxes. But even after that, for someone to take it, eminent domain, you have to give me just compensation. I own something that I can leverage now to start said business, to get equity on, to do all of these things. If I'm paying, let's say, if we, hypothetically speaking, if I'm paying $1,300 or $1,400 for an apartment, but if I was to get a 30-year fixed mortgage, I could easily be paying only
$500.
Nah, not
Well,
five.
not quite 5, but about 8.
Let's
nine.
say 8 or 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so with that extra said money, I could easily be using that money to buy some shares of Amazon or Walmart. Hey, I could even buy me a Bitcoin if I wanted to.
So this is why I'm actually looking to start another business so I can buy a house in the business name, because my credit score look like a GPA. And we're going to end it with that. Hey, I want to thank both of these guys for coming in. Tweezy looking around. I want to thank both of y'all for coming in, man, filling in for Natty, man. Natty, love you to death, man. I'm coming over there when I get out of here, bro. And appreciate y'all coming through, man. Any final thoughts from you, man? Because you finna slap the hell out of me, and I'm finna run first. I gotta pee. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts from Money Marv.
Buy low, sell high, own, stop renting, own your stuff, and stop supporting people that don't support you or your race.
Boom. Hey.
And to be honest with you, that actually goes into the bike world too, but we not gonna talk about that tonight. Ooh, MC World, I'm for you. I'm coming for y'all. Y'all want to hear me?
Yeah, we might have to start a whole different podcast.
Exactly. But now,
shout out to your hat though, man. I'm digging that hat, bro. I'm gonna have to go give me
Harley
one.
Davidson all day. But once again, this broadcast brought to you by Pick One, Stick One. That's my final thoughts.
My final thought is don't trust them new niggas over there. And we're done. Hey, I want to for real though, I really want to thank you guys for coming out and showing us love. And last but not least, Omarosa.
Walk, bitch.
Bye.